And so began the tale of cats and dragons.
Have you ever wondered where the idea of dragons came from? These mythical beasts, fierce and wise, monstrous and majestic, have soared through human imagination for thousands of years. But their origins, they're as diverse as the cultures that dreamed them up. Our story begins in ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Here, dragons were not just monsters, but divine symbols. The god Marduk famously slayed the chaos dragon Tiamat to create the world, representing order triumphing over chaos. Norse myths speak of Niechgigia, who gnawed at the roots of the world tree, a man turned dragon by his own lust for gold. Their Celtic cousins, meanwhile, were more spiritual, protectors of sacred lands, linked to the elements and ancient magic. In China, dragons took a nobler form, long, serpentine, and wise. Far from evil, these dragons were bringers of rain, symbols of imperial power and guardians of cosmic balance. To be born in the year of the dragon was a blessing, a sign of greatness. Captured something deeply human, our awe of nature, our need for meaning, and our endless craving for stories larger than life. In the icy north, dragons were creatures of greed and doom. From Asia to Europe, from desert sands to mountain peaks, dragons have worn many faces. Some inspired fear, others reverence, but all of them because they remind us of our own power to imagine the impossible. And maybe that's why we still chase dragons in stories today. In medieval Europe, dragons became symbols of evil, fearsome foes for righteous knights. Think of St. George, sword raised high, slaying a dragon to save a village. These stories weren't just tales of valor, they were moral allegories, reinforcing the triumph of good over darkness. Half a world away, in Mesoamerica, dragons took yet another form. Like Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, a deity of wind and wisdom, he bridged heaven and earth. These mythical guardians of mystery whispered a simple truth. Wherever curiosity led, danger and wonder might follow. Here dragons weren't just beasts. They were creators, destroyers, guides between worlds, and telling tales by firelight of what must have lived once. Even explorers feared them. In the age of discovery, maps warned of dragons lurking at the edges of the world, metaphors for the unknown. Some believe dragon myths may have been inspired by real bones, dinosaur fossils, or ancient crocodiles mistaken for monsters. Imagine an early traveler stumbling upon a massive skull. And today, dragons are everywhere, from epic fantasies to bedtime stories, from movie screens to... They've become more than myth. They're reflections of us. Our fear, our hopes, our power to dream. So maybe dragons never truly vanished. Maybe they just changed shape, hiding in legends, in the skies of imagination, or curling up next to you, in the quiet form of a purring companion. In the end, dragons are more than just creatures of smoke and flame. They are guardians of imagination, protectors of forgotten truths, and companions to those brave enough to dream. Some legends speak of heroes, others of monsters. But the oldest tale, the ones whispered in quiet corners of the world, they tell of dragons who whispered to cats, and cats who listened, or glimpse a shadow that looks too graceful to be a bird. Remember, the age of dragons is not over, not as long as stories live, not as long as we believe that magic is real. Not in potions or spells, but in the stories we share, the bonds we cherish, and the wonder we refuse to let go. Across centuries and continents, dragons have taught us many things. That power and wisdom can wear many faces. So tonight, when you hear a whisper in the wind. This is Cats and Dragons, where every tale is a doorway, and every purr a spark of ancient magic